Alright guys, so we have another update for the 4-year anniversary. This is beginning to feel like the 250 million download celebration where we just had a constant trickle of info like for a long time leading up to the actual event. All the stuff provided by the French data miners always does end up being accurate, but there is one thing we do have to talk about real quick before we jump into it. Some more, 4th year anniversary info, which was released today by Team Dokkan and the French data miners. So earlier, Team Dokkan tweeted out this. The info on the Reddit is based on a table that's been there for months. I don't think it's representative of the future active skills. So that was a video that I did yesterday regarding just what a lot of these skills would do, right? This was the stuff where we saw like regeneration, heal HP, absorbing key blasts and healing HP, collect all key on the board. Those active skills may or may not be related to the actual active skills we're going to be getting. So that does seem to be a little bit of a mystery that was cleared up a bit by Team Dokkan right there. So, all right, Team Dokkan put out this tweet right here, which leads to his blog, I believe, where he put out a whole bunch of info regarding, everything that's going to be happening. Some stuff that's going to be happening during the 4-year anniversary, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So, shout out to Zaid Tabane for the translations. He usually does this, so shout outs to him. Okay, so right away, B-Pan should Dokkan to LR. Obviously, this is very big news. For a number of reasons, this is interesting to me. So, number one, I did actually already Rainbow B-Pan. I have a video that I'm just waiting until I feel a little bit better to record a showcase of her. And now we know that she's actually going to become an LR, which is wild. So I probably will still have a video coming out on a Rainbow B-Pan very, very soon. But then obviously, once we get to like the first, it does look like she's going to Dokkan Awaken into an LR, which is very interesting because B-Pan is actually she has free-to-play potential system stats, which means she only gets 3,000 to attack, HP, and defense. Based on the typings, they might get like 3,200 in one stat and 2,700 in one stat, But generally, the different, potential numbers it's 3,000 for B rank, 5,000 for A rank, and 7,000 for S rank. The S-rank potential system characters were a lot of the redstone characters, right? Like Physical Full Power Frieza, Tech Beerus, SCR Gogeta. Those were the S-class potential units. So B-Pan, if she really does awaken to LR, which, the French data minus info has always been very, very accurate, she will be the first unit that is a B-class, potential system. She has a free-to-play potential system grid. So in order to give her proper LR stats, I wonder if they're just going to make her like stats buffs like insane, hugely high, so that she gets close to 20,000 for HP, attack, and defense. Well, usually LRs don't get to 20,000 defense, but around 20,000 HP and attack, of course, right? So, I'm gonna just flat out say this too. B-Pan is already a pretty valuable unit, considering she stuns, she supers early, she heals, and she reduces damage. Like, you make her an LR, and she's going to be a really interesting unit for not only the Hybrid Saiyan team, but also for that Seekers of the Dragon Ball team. I've been saying this for a little while now, that the Seekers of the Dragon Ball team, that could be a hard one to buff in the future. A lot of the characters on there, like, it's not characters you would expect like LRs or dual Dokkan Fests, things of that nature to come from, right? Outside of maybe, Kid Goku and Demon King Piccolo. So I do like this, that we're getting this character buff. So obviously she'll become one of the most powerful characters on this category, right? I expect really big things from her. It's really difficult to tell exactly what they'll do for her because this is a very weird card to turn into an LR, right? So rather than speculate too much, I'll probably just say, like, looks like she's going to awaken into an LR, and we'll see what they do. But, if she has like a 100% chance now to just reduce damage by 50%. And then she recovers like, 40% of damage cell as HP, keeps that chance to stun. Like, she's going to be a very, very interesting unit moving forward. So I'm definitely very excited about B-Pan. Goku Jr. should get an Extreme Z Awakening. Now, this obviously is not, like, surprising because this is on the V-Jump. Well, okay, wait. What time was Team Dokkan Suite? 7:58. Okay, so this is a few hours after the V-Jump info was out. On the V-Jump info is the news that Goku Jr. is going to get an Extreme Z Awakening. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what they do with him as well. I think he should become a pretty formidable card. If we look at what they did with Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, they made them both like really, really strong cards that you can run like alongside other summonable units, and they're right around the same level of power, right? Like that AGL Super Saiyan Blue Goku, the Goku, he might be the best Blue Goku in the game. So I think Goku Jr. is going to become an incredibly good unit. Again, this is going to be a huge buff for that Seekers of the Dragon Ball category, which really needs it. So I'm glad that I've been harping on that recently in some videos that, like, they got to do something to buff this category because it just seems like, buffs are not going to come easily to this. And now both B-Pan and Goku Jr. will be a nice solid little buff to that, which is good. And Hybrid Saiyans will definitely get a little bit stronger with these two free-to-play units getting presumably a lot better. Now, there's going to be two parts of the celebration. Part 1 with Ultimate Shenron, and Part 2 with the Smoke Shenron. So, the Ultimate Shenron, I believe, is the Black Star Dragon, is he not? The Red Dragon? And then the Smoke Shenron, those are just the actual Earth Dragon Balls that, are cracked from overuse, right? So that's going to be very interesting to see. So maybe, we could get Part 1 of the celebration, LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, something like that. And perhaps in Part 2 of the celebration, we could get some sort of Shadow Dragon base card. LR Shadow Dragons, all of them together. Or like an LR Omega Shenron, something like that. A nice little buff to the Shadow Dragon art category, I think would be really, really nice to see. Then we have the active skill info. It should be on new cards. The priority is going to be putting it on new cards. So don't expect it, like a rare nail to have one. So basically the context I got from this is that it's not that they won't add it to old cards, right? It's just the focus, the priority is going to be putting it on new cards. This is not surprising, no. This is what gacha games do. Hey, it's very mysterious, I know, but usually the newer cards end up being better than the old ones, right? Like people always like give me kind of shit sometimes for being like, oh, this unit, like talk about LR Vegeta, oh, the best unit in the game. And then I'm talking about LR Goku and Frieza several months later, like, oh, this is the best unit in the game. It's like, well, yeah, because, newer units oftentimes tend to be better than the old ones, right? So this is one of those things where they're going to be prioritizing the new banner units with the skills. Who knows if maybe from EZAs, or maybe there would be special events where we could get skills to get onto characters, or maybe they would just add it with updates, right? Data downloads, just boom, all of a sudden, Tech Vegito Blue has a new active skill or something like that. Like, we'll see if that's exactly how they're going to do it. And then the last thing here, there could be a world tournament, as, the wording is a little wonky here, but basically the last world tournament JP had was the 27th right here. So, the 28th world tournament, that's the one that happened right before GT with Oob in it. So, we could presumably get some new Oob cards, which, look at this. Oob, needs a legitimate card, bro, because these are the two Oobs that are from that world tournament. Both of these are world tournament, reward cards, both of them. This is literally from the first Japanese world tournament. That's how old this guy is. And then this guy, I remember this guy was a reward on the first world tournament I ever participated on in the global version, which was the 11th world tournament. Okay. So that guy, both of those are pretty much unobtainable now at this point. Then this is only an SR, and then this is a very fodder level TUR right here, Majub. Really, we should get a new Oob, we should get a new Majub, we should get a new Oob from this first world tournament. we should get new versions of all these. I'm sure as part of like an upcoming world tournament, like, you know, that really was one Oob participated in, we probably would get some sort of good Oob card, you know, from it as well. So here we go, guys. Here was more info related to Dokkan's 4-year anniversary. I'm sure, you know, we still have, 12 or so days until we're going to find out a lot of the info. I'm sure there's still going to be a lot of info that will trickle out as we get closer to the 4-year anniversary release date. So look forward to that. B-Pan becoming an LR is a big deal because, you know, she's a free-to-play unit. She's a little harder to rainbow, I think, than people realize. Excuse me. Just because that event, right, like you can only do it once per week, so it does take a good amount of time, and the drop rate for B-Pan is not great. But, you know, if you're able to get her rainbowed, if you're able to have her maxed out, she's a very capable unit, and as an LR, she should be very good as well. So, thanks y'all for watching. Let me know what y'all think about all this info, and I will catch y'all in the next one.